Alright guys, so in this box I have 5 Arabic perfumes that cost me less than I would have paid for the price of one designer perfume, which is pretty crazy. So a friend of mine recently got me really interested in trying some more Lattafa perfumes. She has a nice little collection herself of the Lattafa perfumes, and if you guys didn't see my last video, I had introduced to you Nebris from Lattafa, which first my friend told me about it, and then I shared a bottle of my Billie Eilish on Instagram, and so many people commented underneath or wrote me and said, if you like that one, you have to try Nebris from Lattafa. So I tried that one, and I was so impressed with the quality and how beautiful it was. I actually ended up giving Eilish to my daughter and keeping the Nebris for myself. So with a lot of these Arabic perfumes, I guess, and particularly with these ones, they do have to sit and macerate a little bit and get a little bit older. And as they sit and get older, they get richer and deeper and better. And the scent basically develops a little bit better. So these perfumes, I wanted to do a first impression today, but just so that you guys know, like, these perfumes are going to probably smell very different in about 5 months. But I obviously still am very curious, and I still want to smell them. Like, I don't want to get them and then just leave them on my shelf and let them sit there for 6 months and then smell them. I want to spray them today and get kind of a little bit of an idea for how they are. And I'm super excited to just kind of get like a vague idea of the scent profile. Even Nebris from Lattafa has great performance and smells amazing, and it's a brand new bottle. So I can only imagine how good it's going to be in, 5 to 6 months. But these ones here, I really wanted to do this video for you guys because I really want to open them up and spray them for the first time. And I'm never going to get another opportunity to do this again. There's only one time for a first impression, right? And obviously these are not going to smell the same today as they will in 6 months. So today is like a super gloomy day for me. It's just like a very kind of irritating, I don't know, like I'm okay, but I'm a little bit irritable today. It's just kind of hormonal stuff, and the weather's been rather gloomy, and I'm just really, really tired today, and I really don't want to do too much of anything, but I was really excited to get this box of perfume today because I wasn't expecting it until next week. And yeah, I just wanted to open it with you guys. So even though I'm so tired, I was like, let's just do this because I'm dying to know what they smell like. So I am just drinking coffee in one of my favorite H&M home mugs. I've been using my pumpkin mug recently, but I don't know, today I just decided to go with my regular old H&M home mug. And here's our box of perfumes. I'm so excited. Okay, so in here I have pretty highly rated perfumes. Like, one of them is supposedly a dupe of Baccarat Rouge, which I've owned before, and I really, really like Baccarat Rouge. Like, nothing wrong with it at all. It's a good perfume, but it's not like a must-have for me where I'm like, I absolutely have to have this in my life, but I'm still really curious to see how the Arabic one is. I feel like a lot of times with these perfumes that are sort of inspired by, or their twists or their dupes, sometimes the dupes are actually better. Like, sometimes the twists there's something about it I like better than the original. So I'm kind of curious to see what their take is on the Baccarat Rouge. So I don't know if you guys want me to do one by one as a surprise or just dig them all out first and tell you what's in here. I think let's do that. Let's dig them all out first and let's put them in order of what I want to smell first. Probably the one I'm least excited for to the one I'm most excited to smell. All right, so the first one, and you guys, I'm going to butcher the names. This one, I'm going to butcher the name. Abiyedh, totally butchered that. Rouge. This, I believe, is supposed to be the inspired by or the dupe of Baccarat Rouge. So this one I'm not that excited to smell because I've already smelled so many dupes of Baccarat Rouge. And that scent profile has just been done over and over and over, like the Ariana Grande Cloud. And yeah, there's just been so many different dupes of this fragrance. So this one, I'll probably open this one first. So let's just put them on the bed in order of how I want to smell them. So we'll do the Baccarat Rouge dupe first. The next one is a pretty popular one. This one I'm also, oh, this one I can say actually. So this one is Khamrah Qahwa. This one apparently is similar to like Kilian's Angel Share, but this one has coffee in it as well. That's my best idea of what this is going to smell like. I'm really excited for this one. I think this one's going to be really good. So I think I'm going to put this one a little bit more toward the end. I think that one might be right up my alley. The next one, this one I am going to butcher the name. But this one gets such good reviews. I can't even remember what is in it or what it's supposed to smell like. Ishq al Shuyekh Gold. I probably totally butchered that. So I have no idea what I'm going to call this going forward. It's just like the names throw me off. I'm going to be honest, the names definitely throw me off a little bit, because how am I going to be like, oh, you know, if somebody says, what are you wearing today? Like, first of all, I won't be able to remember. Secondly, if I do remember, I'm going to butcher it. So Ishq or Ishq al Shuyekh Gold. This one I'm really excited, and I'm actually more excited to smell this one than the Khamrah Qahwa, because this one is going to be a totally different scent profile to me. Because I don't actually remember what this is supposed to dupe, and I'm just going to put it down. And also, before I actually look at the notes, like I'm not going to look at the notes or see what people compare these to until if I can't figure it out, then I'll look afterward. The next one is, let's see. Okay, this is Ansaam or Ansaam Gold. Ansaam Gold. This one, I believe this one was pretty, like, got really good reviews as well, but I don't really remember what it's supposed to smell like. I'm going to put it after the Baccarat Rouge. And then next, this one I'm super excited to smell actually. A friend of mine who lives over in the UK said that she has this one, and it's her most complimented perfume. And this, again, I'm going to butcher it. Badee or Badee Al Oud Honor and Glory. Badee Al Oud Honor and Glory. Looks like an Initio bottle, right? Like, it definitely resembles the Initio bottles. This is actually a very pretty bottle. A lot of the Arabic bottles, I don't like them. I think that a lot of them look kind of clunky and chunky and very, very big and kind of gaudy. Like, they're just not very feminine and sleek and elegant looking, in my opinion, for like on a perfume tray. But this is one that I do think is very pretty and actually would look nice on a tray. So this one I'm super excited. This one I might actually be the most excited to smell, because my friend said it was her most complimented perfume. So we're going to do this Rouge one, this Ansaam Gold, then we'll do Khamrah Qahwa, then we'll do this Ishq al Shuyekh Gold, and then we'll do the Honor and Glory. Okay, so this is what the box looks like. I already took the cellophane off so that you don't have to listen to the cellophane. So this is the Abiyedh Rouge. Pretty sure I'm sorry, I'm not saying any of these right. So this is what the box looks like. And then this is what the inside looks like. And I don't even know what this bottle is supposed to look like. Okay. All right. So this is the bottle. It definitely has Baccarat Rouge vibes. It's got the red cap and the gold juice. Actually, not a bad looking bottle, a little bit masculine. Honestly, you guys, I really like Baccarat Rouge, but that perfume, I go back and forth with about how much I enjoy it. I had a bottle of Baccarat and I actually really liked it, but I paired it with Bianco Latte. Bianco Latte and Baccarat Rouge mixed together is a match made in heaven. It is so good, and yeah, I liked that combination better than Baccarat Rouge by itself or Bianco Latte by itself. But just by itself, Baccarat Rouge, I found like I didn't wear it by itself almost ever. I pretty much always layered it with something. It's a really interesting fragrance. So let's go ahead and spray this. I don't know how similar this is going to be. And of course, it's a brand new bottle, so it does have to sit and macerate a little bit. There we go. I'm just going to see if I can smell it at the atomizer a little bit. Yeah, I can. So I can already smell it at the atomizer a little bit, even though it's a brand new bottle, and it definitely gives, definitely already smells like Baccarat. I'm kind of excited because in my experience so far, Lattafa has nailed their fragrances. So like I say, I don't have perfume testing strips anymore. I just have these papers. Okay. Let's see how we feel about this one. Okay, so obviously it's a brand new bottle and it needs to macerate a little bit. One thing I will say about these perfumes is that definitely when they're brand new, like I'm kind of getting the same impression about this as I got from Nebris, was that it smelled really good, but it was kind of thin. Like the scent smells a little thin. It smells like it needs to get thicker. That's the best way I can put it. It's almost like, imagine you took a syrup, like pancake syrup or maple syrup, and you watered it down. So it still had the essence of the scent, but it was very watered down, sort of. That's kind of what this is giving right now. Like, I can tell what it's supposed to smell like. I can tell what it smells like, but it's just a little thin is the best way I can put it. I want it to get more nectary, if that makes sense. First impression, definitely Baccarat Rouge. Not blowing my socks off, but Baccarat Rouge didn't blow my socks off either. Like, that one was good, but it didn't really knock my socks off or anything. So I probably can't do a proper comparison at this point. I'm just giving you guys my first impressions. Right now, it doesn't smell exactly like Baccarat. I feel like a lot of these Middle Eastern brands, when they do a dupe of Baccarat, it tends to be even stronger than Baccarat and maybe a little more woody. Baccarat is very like airy and luminous and very, it's just very airy and sparkling, sort of. I feel like when the Arabic companies do their dupes of Baccarat, they're not so airy and sparkling. They're more like powerhouse, like wow, in your face. Like, you get the fragrance, but it's just super, super intense. And that's kind of what I feel like this is going to be, because it's kind of already hitting in that intense woody kind of direction. So very similar to Baccarat Rouge though. Like, this is very, very similar. And I think it's going to smell much better in the future. Also, of course, I'm just spraying it on paper. So paper always smells different than clothing, smells different than on skin. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this one. I'm not going to do like actual proper quote unquote reviews of these fragrances until I've had them for a few months. I'll come back and I'll update you guys as to have they changed and, you know, how much I like them at that point. It's more so for myself. Like, if you guys are curious, then obviously 6 months is a long time to wait to hear if you think you should get a perfume or not. But if this gets stronger and more bold, it will be a really good dupe of Baccarat because it'll develop that strength and that sillage and everything as well. At this point, it's just smells really similar. And in comparison to something like Cloud is a little sweeter. Like, I would say that Cloud is more sweet and whipped cream and fluffy, even compared to Baccarat. And this definitely doesn't come across as sweet and fluffy. It doesn't come across like Cloud. This one definitely goes more in that woody sort of almost oak mossy Baccarat direction, if you know what I mean. All right, this is the box for the Ansaam or Ansaam Gold. I'm not sure how to say it. That's what it looks like. Very big, very substantial packaging. Let's take this off and hope that it doesn't just fall out. All right, so it comes with a couple of little booklets. I don't know if those are like sharing different perfumes. I believe when I got Nebris, it came with a little booklet that listed a whole bunch of their other popular perfumes, and that's how I actually discovered some of these, was from that little booklet. I was so impressed with Nebris, it made me immediately want to try more. Like, it was immediate, and even Nebris hasn't like fully developed yet, so I just cannot even imagine. So yes, it came with a little booklet, and it tells you, if I remember, it tells you like the masculine and feminine versions. So on one side they have like the more feminine version, and it tells you the perfume, and it tells you also what the notes are. I honestly could go down this Arabic rabbit hole, very, very deep down this rabbit hole, because it sounds like there's so many wonderful fragrances that I just would really like to explore. There's this first one on the first page is called Eternal Oud. Has notes of grapefruit, plum, orchid, heliotrope, vanilla, amber, oud, benzoin, tonka, and labdanum. Like, that sounds gorgeous. And I don't know what that would be a dupe of, but it sounds beautiful. So anyway, it has all of these perfumes here listed, tells you what the notes are. That one I have. So yeah, when you order the Lattafa perfumes, you get this nice little booklet to shop through as well. This is the bottle for the Ansaam Gold. This one's actually really pretty. It looks a little bit more feminine. I think if the cap had been just a plain, simple cap, this one's a little bit thick and large. These bottles are heavy. Okay, let's take the cap off and see if I can smell anything just from the atomizer. Kind of. Is this supposed to be the dupe of Parfum de Marly Oriana? I wonder, because I'm getting a little bit of a sweet whipped cream berry thing. I could be totally wrong. There's just a tiny, tiny bit of it on the atomizer. Let's spray it and see. It looks like it could be, because it looks like floral. So let's spray it here. Ansaam Gold. Would be interesting to know how to actually properly pronounce them, as well as what the word means in English. Okay, yes, this is floral. Yeah, I think this is the one that's supposed to be a dupe of Oriana. I think, or maybe Love Don't Be Shy. Maybe Love Don't Be Shy. I mean, Oriana and Love Don't Be Shy go in the same direction anyways. All right, I'm getting like orange blossom, marshmallow, caramel, whipped cream, berries. This is good. This is good. And again, because this is just a brand new bottle and not fully developed yet, it's going to be gorgeous when it actually develops. I think this is maybe the Oriana dupe. Okay, so it definitely, same as the last two, it definitely has, or the last one I should say, it has a little bit of this thinness to it where like I can tell what it's supposed to be, but at this point in time, it's sort of like a silhouette or a shadow of what it's supposed to be. It's just a little bit of an afterthought, but I can tell that it's not full-bodied yet. Like it hasn't fully developed, and that's probably the best way I can put it is like, these are like a Polaroid photo that has to develop over time, is how I understand it. I think this is the Oriana dupe. Yeah, my first impression is it's nice, but I don't think it's amazing at this point in time because I think it has to get thicker and richer, and I cannot wait to see what it smells like in a couple months. I'm almost sad that I have to put these to the side and wait for them to get stronger, but this is very feminine. It's feminine, it's creamy, it's sweet, and at this point it smells very, very similar to Oriana. It's got that like purple and pink fuchsia colored berry quality to it, and then it has that sort of whipped cream marshmallow sort of caramelized warmth in there as well, but still floral, still like orange blossom neroli kind of thing in the background as well. Yeah, so I think this is the Oriana dupe. So I'll put it on the screen when I figure it out. At this point in time, like if I smelt this perfume, you guys, and didn't know that it was supposed to get stronger, I would probably be disappointed. Like I hope this gets a lot better. Everyone I talk to says that their Lattafa perfumes are like night and day from the first day they get them to a few months later. So, and I should actually look at like the batch code, or maybe it's written on the box somewhere, but it should tell you somewhere like when this was made. And obviously I don't have Oriana anymore. I used to own Oriana. I used to have Love Don't Be Shy. I used to have Love Don't Be Shy Extreme. I've owned all of them. I've owned all of the like good perfumes, all the super hyped perfumes. They used to be in my house. I no longer have them because I didn't want a huge collection, but I liked Oriana. I did. The Orange Blossom Neroli Whipped Cream Marshmallow thing was never 100% my perfect scent profile. I've always had a bit of a hard time with Orange Blossom and Neroli. So it'll be interesting to see how this develops. I do really like Memo Sintra. Memo Sintra is like a little bit creamier and kind of more earthy and more complex and more green. I believe it has petitgrain in it, Memo Sintra. So that one I actually kind of at one point wanted a bottle because I thought that it was more complex and I thought it would be more interesting than Love Don't Be Shy. Okay, so there are some dates on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it does say there, December of 2023. So this is a pretty new bottle. This one is not even a year old. It says that it has a 36-month shelf life. So I guess you want it to mature, but you don't want it to get too old. So yeah. And then there's another date on the bottom that says 2028. I don't know if that's like the best before date or something, like estimated date of I think production date and expiry date, maybe production date and expiry date. That's what that could be. All right, now we move on to Khamrah Qahwa. This is one of my friend's absolute favorite fragrances, and it's a very big, heavy box. And before we even open it, let's see what it says on the bottom. So this one was made, oh my gosh, this is a brand new one, you guys. This one was made in May 2024. This is a brand spanking new bottle of Khamrah Qahwa, and I'm really excited to smell it. So this is supposedly like kind of an angel share sort of thing, but with coffee. This bottle is stunning. You know what this looks like to me? You know what it reminds me of? And I might be biased because I know there's coffee in it. Like I think this one has the coffee note. Aside from the obvious fact that it looks a little bit like the Kilian Angel Share bottle, this looks like to me like a shaken oat espresso or something from Starbucks. You know how all the syrup is on the bottom and then the top is all coffee colored? That's what it looks like to me. The bottom is all dark and then the top is all light. This is stunning. This is beautiful. In my opinion, this is prettier than the Angel Share bottles. So I'm really excited to smell this. Let me just take the cap off and see if I can smell anything. Different, definitely different than I was expecting. But I can smell a little bit of it. Okay. So far it smells spicy and sweet and really deep and woody. So let me just put the lid down. The cap. This is such a pretty bottle. Look at that, you guys. Wow. All right, let's spray Khamrah Qahwa. All right. Ooh. Wow, okay. Is there oud in this as well? Oh, this smells so good already. And it's a brand spanking new bottle. Like, so this is strong already, potent. This smells so expensive, so expensive. It's reminding me, it's giving like Fragrance Du Bois vibes, like super expensive, rich oud vibes. It definitely smells like a Middle Eastern fragrance. This is incredible. Wow. Okay. I'm excited for this one to macerate. This is definitely hands down my favorite so far. Also one of my more favorite like note compositions. Ooh, oh my gosh, this is incredible. And it's just brand new. I can't believe it. Okay, so what I'm getting, spicy, sweet, coffee, oud. That's what I get. Oh my gosh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, I have no other words. I have no other words. Wow, so good. Expensive, luxurious, unisex. I have smelt this before. Like, what does this remind me of? I have smelt this before. I've smelt this before somewhere. But okay, it's also giving a little bit Montal Swiss Arabian. Is it Swiss Arabian? Arabian's Tonka? Arabian's Tonka, Swiss Arabian. Yeah, it's giving a little bit Montal Arabian's Tonka. So that's kind of what this gives. Arabian's Tonka plus coffee, but sweeter and more sugary and not as crazy as Arabian's Tonka, where that one was like it almost smells a little bit like Montal Intense Cafe, sort of. It's giving a little bit of Roses Vanille, Mancera Roses Vanille, sort of. Yeah. But also different. Not Kilian Angel Share, really. Like a cousin to Kilian Angel Share, maybe. I didn't like Angel Share, for reference. Like, I don't like cinnamon, apple pie kind of things. This is freaking incredible. And it's brand new. Like, I cannot wait for this thing to get older. Wow. I'm blown away. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Like, should I even bother wearing this? Or should I just wait and wear it next year? Or like in the dead of winter? Like, I don't know how many months until this thing is like, reaches its full maturity, because I want to wear this tomorrow. Like, I want to put this on and make this my signature scent for the fall. That's how much I love this. So good. So good. Like, yeah. It smells kind of like a really dark espresso, sugary, sweet, spicy, oudy coffee drink. Like if Starbucks made a drink, like the oat milk shaken espresso, whatever, apple pie, I don't know what they're called. If Starbucks made a fall drink, you guys, and the key flavor ingredient was oud, I feel like this would be it. Like, this smells like an extremely expensive, oudy Starbucks drink, but like in the most sophisticated way possible. Wow, I'm blown away. I'm blown away. This is so good. I'm so glad that I got this. Okay, so this is my favorite so far. And I want to try the original Khamrah. And you know what? I actually want to try all the oud fragrances from Lattafa. And I think there's oud in here. I don't know for sure, but I feel like I smell it. But this definitely is making me want to, like, I have to try more oud from Lattafa, because something about oud is that oud always makes everything smell really expensive. I've told you guys this before, but anytime you put oud in a fragrance, it instantly like amplifies it and makes it just smell even more sophisticated and rich than without it. There's just something about oud. Something about oud is just so attractive and magnetic to me. Like, this is definitely unisex. As it's drying down, it's definitely more like, I mean, and this is just on the paper, of course, and this is just my first impression, brand new bottle, haven't put it on skin, nothing like that. But as it's drying down, it just is even smelling more like kind of earthy, woody, sophisticated, luxurious. Like, it's giving Rouge, it's giving Fragrance du Bois, it's giving Montal Mancera. It's just amazing. It's so good. Wow, so good. So good. Okay, I'm gonna shut up because obviously I can just keep repeating myself over and over. And here it is, one of the most hyped up that I've seen. I want to make something very, very clear as well, you guys. These are all my own like first impression and descriptions. I haven't watched a single perfume review on any of these. I haven't watched a single one. The only thing I know about them is the ratings that they get on Fragrantica and what people compare them to and what the notes are. Except at this point in time, I can't remember what this is supposed to be similar to, and I can't remember what the notes in here are, only that this is one of the most hyped up fragrances. I can't remember what this one is supposed to be similar to. But anyways, I'm so excited to smell it. Cannot pronounce it. Great. This is what the box looks like. And this one comes off like this. And again, you get the little booklet. And this is what the bottle looks like. Such an interesting bottle. Again, they're kind of like big and gaudy. Like, they're not something I would want to see sitting out on my dresser particularly. They're definitely a Middle Eastern vibe, which I like, but the vibes of my home are very clearly not that. All right. Super hyped up fragrance. Oh, is this Baby Cat? No, wait. Rosendo. Yeah. Rosendo number 5. Yeah. Okay. Rosendo number 5. That's the one. I believe there is another one that smells closer to Baby Cat. This one definitely smells closer to Rosendo. Rosendo Mateo number 5, I believe, is what the full thing. Yep, and it's just about bang on. Just about bang on. So I will say, I had Baby Cat from YSL. Some of you might remember that. Amazing fragrance. The decision that I made to declutter my collection down to 5, I could talk about it at length, but in a nutshell, I needed to completely wipe my slate fresh and get back down to my old roots where I was starting almost clean, almost with nothing. I just needed to do that for myself, and I did. And it felt so good. It was very cleansing. It was very cathartic. I got down my collection to like 5 perfumes. I was super happy with that, and I just needed to take a break. But people often ask me, are there perfumes that you decluttered that now you miss, or now you like would want to bring back ever, or you regret? Or like, now that I've literally smelled all the hyped up perfumes, like I have smelled all the good perfumes, you guys. I've owned most of them at this point. Baby Cat is one of those perfumes. Like, if you ask me what perfumes would I bring back if I could snap my fingers and if I could revisit them again or possibly bring them back, Louis Vuitton Contre Moi, number 1. Ombre Magique from Maison Cyr, number 2. And Baby Cat from YSL, number 3. I believe that there's a perfume called, my friend told me it's from Paris Corner, and it is a Baby Cat dupe. This one is not the Baby Cat dupe. This one is the Rosendo. So right now, I'm not totally in love. Rosendo Mateo, I did not have a full bottle, but I did have a decant at one point. And there's something about it that there is a little bit of this burnt rubber tire thing going on in the beginning. It's like kind of incensey. It's kind of leathery. It's sweet. It's floral. It's really interesting. This is very strong as well. And oh, I forgot to see when this one was manufactured, but this is pretty strong already. And I don't know, I would have to wear this one. I would have to wear it. But this is definitely a Rosendo dupe. Definitely a Rosendo dupe. If you don't want to pay the money, it was very apparent, like right off the hop when I smelled this. That's exactly, like if you would have just shown me this in a decant and I didn't know what it was, I would have guessed it was Rosendo. That's how close it is. And this hasn't even matured yet, so right now I'm not in love. Right now I'm not in love. I liked Baby Cat better than Rosendo because Baby Cat to me was this rich, leathery vanilla. It was so good. It did have that burnt tire rubbery thing in the beginning from the incense, I believe. But once that kind of died down and settled down, Baby Cat became the most luxurious, comforting, warm, sophisticated vanilla you've ever smelled. Like, it was mind-blowingly good. It was so good. This for me still is like, it's more sweet rubber tire for me at the moment. But I can see that maybe with time, this one will become incredible. So yeah, I'm not going to give up on it. Like, all of these perfumes, I'm going to put the lids on them or the caps on them, and I'm just going to tuck them away and let them sit there and let them get stronger and revisit them in, you know, maybe a month and then 2 months and just kind of see where we're at. So I'm just going to look and see when this one was bottled, because right now it's a little headachy. I'm going to be honest. Right now I'm a little headachy. Not my fave at the moment. But also, I never did properly wear Rosendo, and a lot of people say that Rosendo number 5 was one of their most complimented perfumes. Like, people would hunt them down, ask them what they were wearing, like, which I could see because it's an incredible scent profile. It's so beautiful and unique and interesting. And I could see that it would be just intoxicating to smell this on someone or to catch it on the wind as you're walking around outside, which is my favorite thing with a perfume. My favorite thing when I wear a perfume is when I walk outside and that first whiff on cool air. You know what I'm talking about. It's so mesmerizing and wonderful. And this one, again, brand spankin' new. So this one is going to be a beast when it matures. This was made in April of 2024. And it says the ED is 2029. So I guess these have like a 5-year shelf life. Is that right? That's incredible. 5-year shelf life. That's pretty good too. Okay, here we have the packaging with the cellophane taken off of the Badee Al Oud Honor and Glory, which looks beautiful. Suits my aesthetic. It's really pretty. Definitely giving Initio vibes. So I'm wondering if this is duping something from Initio. I believe that this one has some more feminine facets in it though, so I don't think this is Oud for Glory, is it? I don't know, but my friend who lives over in the UK said this was her #1 most complimented perfume. So I'm super excited to smell this. And if I recall, when I looked at the notes, it looked like it would be like really incredible. And I think somebody said that it actually was a little bit Tribeca. I feel like maybe this one was, somebody compared it a little bit to Tribeca. I could be thinking of something else, but I loved Tribeca from Bond 9. So yeah, let's take the thing off here. It opens like so. Opens like so. And this was bottled in May. Wow, this bottle's pretty too. So far my favorite bottle was the Qahwa, but this one's a close second. This is beautiful. And oh, the cap is even really pretty too. So let's take the cap off and let's see if I can pick anything up at the atomizer. Interesting. Okay. It's smelling like, just at the atomizer, it's smelling familiar, but I have no idea like what. So let's just go ahead and give this one a spray. All right. Are we in focus? Okay, Honor and Glory. Really nice atomizer on this one. Okay. Okay. What is this reminding me of? Okay, and this is a fairly new bottle. It has to sit and macerate a little bit. It's kind of sweet, kind of fruity, creamy, oudy, a little bit vanilla-y. Oh my gosh, it's actually really potent as well. At first sniff, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I'm in love. Not the same way I was with Qahwa. But what in the world? What is this smelling like? I don't know how to describe this one. Kind of at a loss for words. It's like sort of fruity, sort of spicy, woody, and also kind of bright and airy. It's pretty though. It's very pretty. And it could be that just on paper, it's a little weird because things always smell a little different on paper than they do on skin. Obviously, I'm not going to spray 5 different perfumes on my skin today. Okay, as it's starting to settle down, it's definitely becoming a little bit more feminine and sweet. A little more vanilla-y. I'm definitely getting like some kind of almost a purple smelling spiciness, if that makes any sense. It's like, what does this remind me of? I might have to kill my curiosity here, you guys, and look on Fragrantica. I have to know what's in this because the other ones I could kind of figure it out, like what was in it, but this is going to drive me crazy. There is something on the tip of my tongue. I have smelt this before. Where have I smelled this? Okay, so now it's making a little more sense why it was so odd to me, because the notes do not look like anything I recognize off the top of my head, but I can smell all of these in there. So pineapple and creme brulee. So that's where that kind of bright fruitiness is coming from. There's cinnamon, pepper, and turmeric. That's where the spice is coming from. And then there's vanilla, sandalwood, cashmere, and moss. It's really an interesting scent. Such an interesting combination of notes. It's kind of bizarre in a sense. Let me see what are people comparing this guy to. On Fragrantica, people are comparing it to, okay, someone said Tribeca. No, that would not have been my first thought. This is the one though, by the way, that people said was similar to Tribeca. I'll show you what it looks like. That's what people are saying. This one is what they're saying it's similar to. Kaltat Al Arabia Royal Blends. Okay, that's fine. People are saying it smells like Tribeca and Eternity Now. So did it not say there was oud in there? So it doesn't say there's oud. So this is pretty. I definitely do not get Tribeca at all. Like, no, not Tribeca. Yeah, I get spicy, sweet, fruity vanilla, which is exactly what's in the notes. I don't know what to make of it. This one's kind of giving it's kind of giving a little bit like Xerjoff vibes, like complex, interesting, almost a little bit Tiziana Terenzi kind of vibes, in the sense that like really unique and different note composition of something you might not expect, but smells really good when you wear it. It's kind of going that direction. Like, it doesn't really make sense, but somehow it smells good. Like, that's kind of what it's giving me. And it doesn't have the same DNA as the Tiziana Trenzis, obviously. If you know what I'm talking about, you know, all the Tiziana Trenzis have almost this Herba Pura-like undertone to them. This one doesn't have that. It's kind of almost giving the Harmonist vibes. Like, it's kind of reminding me a little bit of some of the Harmonist perfumes too. It's clean. It's clean and airy, but also spicy and sweet. Interesting. So I can't say that I am in love with it. Definitely at first impression, I'm not in love with it. This is a pretty new bottle as well. Yeah, this is a pretty new bottle as well. So I'm sure that in a few months, it's going to be even different than it is now, and probably better than it is. It does smell expensive. I'll say that. Definitely smells expensive. If I would have picked this up and smelled it at an Initio counter or a Bond 9 counter or something like that, I would have believed it. Like, it has an expensive sense about it. Okay, so these are the 5 fragrances, you guys, and I have them arranged right now in order from least to most favorite from today's haul. So the one that I like the least is the Baccarat Rouge. Like I said, only because that scent profile has been done so many times, and so for me, it's kind of like old news. It definitely gives Baccarat Rouge though, and actually, the more that this paper dries down, the more it is true to the Baccarat Rouge DNA. Yeah, it really smells like Baccarat Rouge. I think this bottle was like $40. By the way, you guys, all of these were definitely less than 50, but some of these were like $25 and some of them were $40. Like, such incredible value for money. I can't believe the value for money. So good. Honestly, I don't even want to look at any other like niche perfumes other than I just want to keep checking out Arabic now. But anyway, that's Baccarat Rouge. I'm not like, that one I can almost say for certain probably will not stay in, won't stay in my household. I'm going to keep it just for the purposes of like giving it time to mature a little bit more and see where it is in a few months. I just want to see for myself. All of these bottles were actually bottled this year, just a couple of months ago, like just a few months ago, with the exception of the Oriana dupe, which was bottled in December. So this one is 9 months old, but all of the other ones are only like 4 or 5 months old. My second favorite one is the dupe of the Rosendo, because it kind of gives me a headache. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of the Rosendo to begin with. But like I said, I never actually gave that one a proper wear, but Baby Cat for me, Baby Cat was where it was at. So I'm a little bit sad about this one because this one was so hyped. Like, I never actually watched anybody's review on it. But now that I recall, on Fragrantica, they did say that it smelled like, some people said Baby Cat, some people said Rosendo. Most people upvoted the Rosendo, and they were right. And I have smelled both. Baby Cat is much more warm, creamy, vanilla, and leathery. This one is a lot more incensey and sweet and floral. And there's something about it. It's just like, I just don't know. It kind of hurts my nose a little bit. I don't know what it is. But I do think that this would be worth maybe wearing one day. But honestly, like, the Rosendo profile for me is just not, I don't know. But I could change my mind at some point. Like, Rosendo was one of those perfumes that when I look back and I think, what perfumes have I smelt that were like noteworthy? Like, just really interesting and really remarkable. Rosendo number 5 was remarkable. You know what I mean? It was just that very interesting, different fragrance. And my third favorite, and actually the more that it sits and settles, the more it's starting to grow on me. I think it kind of shocked me originally because I was expecting something else. I don't know what I was expecting, but I think I was expecting more of a creamy, sweet, nutty, vanilla Tribeca kind of vibe, because I think someone had compared it to that, and it doesn't smell like Tribeca to me at all. But my third favorite one is the Honor and Glory, which is so pretty, and it's reminding me of something. This one's beautiful. This one smells very expensive. I just cannot put my finger on where I have smelled this before, but I've smelled something very, very similar to this, but it wasn't Tribeca. What the heck? It's going to bother me, you guys, until I one day figure it out. It is a little spicy. I don't know if that spice is going to become my friend, because it is quite, and I don't know about do you know what? It's kind of giving almost with that pineapple. It's giving a little bit Lamar, Kajal, and Dahab. Like, it's kind of giving Kajal vibes. A little bit with that pineapple. So I'm not sure how I feel about this one. The more it settles down and dries down, the more I like it. Obviously, this is not an accurate representation because brand new bottles, haven't properly worn them, haven't put them on skin, haven't put them on clothing. This is very much a first impression, but I just wanted to get this on camera with you guys. My second favorite is the Oriana dupe, which is the Ansaam Gold. Although I'm still not like a huge fan of I had Oriana. I'm still not in love with this scent profile. The orange blossom, marshmallow, caramel thing is not my favorite scent profile, but it definitely smells like it. It's definitely along the Kilian Love Don't Be Shy, Oriana, Memo Sintra. If you like those perfumes, but you didn't want to pay the price tag, just get this, specifically Oriana. It's not as close to Love Don't Be Shy for sure. Yeah, it's pretty. So although I don't know if that scent profile is ever going to become a favorite, like Oriana didn't prove to be a favorite, but I liked it. It's very feminine, it's very pretty. But my number one favorite out of today's video, I think it goes without saying, is the Qahwa. This thing just blew my mind a little bit. Honestly, just blew my mind. It's very dried down right now, and obviously it's a brand new bottle, so I think it's going to get obviously better and stronger, but it's just sweet, sugary, coffee, woody, spicy goodness. Beautiful. Yeah, it's just addictive. It's addictive and very, very pretty. And I can't wait to see how that one smells in a few months. So the one that I'm definitely keeping, like in long term, I'm obviously going to leave all of these and let them sit and come back to them. But the one that is like making it onto my shelf, like I would wear it tomorrow if I could, would be the Qahwa. Hands down the best. Even if none of these other ones worked out, this would have been worth, buying all of them just for this one, because I think this one is worth so much more than I paid for it. This one I think was like $40, $41, something like that. And just incredible value. So even if I only have one winner out of all of these, I'm happy with that. And the other thing is I know I'd be able to rehome the other ones pretty easily because they're all, I mean, aside from this oddball, which I don't know what it is, but the other ones are all like dupes of pretty expensive, hot selling fragrances. So I'm sure I'd be able to find them homes. I just wanted to make a quick note as well. I'm not like, I don't want people to get confused or think that I'm now all of a sudden wanting to like collect a whole bunch of perfumes or anything like that. I just honestly wanted to order a few Arabic perfumes for myself to try them for myself. But it's such good content for YouTube. I knew that there would be people out there who would want to smell these fragrances, and I knew that there'd be people out there who are curious on my thoughts on some of them. And especially if we have similar scent profiles or we like certain things. Yeah, I just thought that this would be really fun to share with you guys. Can I tell you though, like how actually sick I am of Baccarat Rouge dupes? Like, I don't know why I got that one. I think I was hoping that it would be like Baccarat, but maybe a twist, like maybe something different, like some vanilla or some caramel or something, just to like make it more interesting. I don't think the Rosendo one will ever grow on me. It's just, I find it a little headachy. I do find it a little bit headachy. I think it's the incense. And then, yeah, actually this one could be, it's so interesting, man. It's really going to drive me crazy that I don't know what this smells like. Well, maybe one day I'll figure it out. But anyway, those are my 5 perfumes. That is the lineup. And the 3 or the 2 for sure that I kind of anticipate sticking around for the long haul are these ones here. Yeah. All right. So that is it for today's video. And our winner is Qahwa.